The managing editor NDTV, with more details on this. Shiv.
We're just getting details of a Tejas fighter aircraft. It's a Indian homegrown fighter jet, which is in service with the Indian Air Force as well. Has crashed in Dubai. That's the first picture that's been put out by Indian photographer and aviation journalist Angad Singh. So this picture has been taken by him at the Dubai Air Show. This is very bad news, but a Tejas fighter was part of an air display. A group of Tejas fighters were at the Dubai Air Show, which is a very prestigious air show in the region, where fighter aircraft from different countries converge and conduct different kinds of air displays and aerobatic maneuvers in front of large crowds of spectators. We have another picture that we're going to put on our screen in just a moment of the Tejas fighters that have been performing for the last few days at the Dubai Air Show. This particular picture shows you the moment just after impact, perhaps, where that aircraft has gone down. It appears to have impacted the ground far away from where the spectators are. There is no information just yet about the pilot or the pilots in this particular aircraft. These were all Tejas single-seater aircraft, so there would have been one pilot. We are hoping and praying that this hasn't been a fatal accident. It's very likely that the pilot was able to eject, but we are awaiting details on that at this time, Gauri. The Tejas fighter is a fully Indian fighter aircraft designed and built here in India. 2 squadrons of the Tejas began entering Indian Air Force service in 2016. It's an aircraft that has an incredibly good safety record as well. It's an aircraft that the Indian Air Force has been looking forward to upgrading. The Indian Air Force recently signed a huge deal for nearly 200 fighters that are going to start entering service very, very shortly. So the Tejas fighter is an important aircraft in the scheme of things for India. Unlike the overwhelming number of aircraft that the Indian Air Force operates, the Tejas is an Indian fighter. It was Atal Bihari Vajpayee that gave the Tejas its name. It had its first flight way back in 2001, and this is only the second Tejas to have ever crashed in all that time. So I just wanted to put that data out there by way of telling our viewers that this is an aircraft that has otherwise had a very, very good safety record. Speaking specifically about this crash, we don't know yet. These are the early minutes since impact. Angad Singh, my friend and journalist, has just put out this picture on his social media, which we're showing to our viewers. But we don't know yet under what circumstances the aircraft crashed. Was there some kind of a technical fault? Was there a bird hit? Was there something else that happened in the air? Was there an engine failure? Could there be been some kind of a multi-layered system failure for the aircraft to have been able to, for the pilot not have been able to recover the aircraft before it actually went down? We don't know any of that just yet, but these are pictures of that Tejas aircraft. What we showed you just now are file images of the Tejas aircraft in the air. Incredible flight display module that it has had, enthralling viewers from across the world at the Dubai Air Show. But these pictures are of that impact point of the Tejas.
Yes, so Shiv, for our viewers tuning in right now, what we are working with are 2 sets of information. One, the picture that we are putting out right now on our screens of the crash that took place of the Tejas fighter jet in the Dubai Air Show. And second, as of now, we have no other details with regard to the pilot or the causes, right?
All right, if I can just jump in over here, Shiv. This is just horrific, these images that we are seeing on our screen. This is of a Tejas fighter aircraft. We can confirm, we are told from Angad Singh, an excellent aviation journalist, of this incident taking place. This news very sadly breaking first on NDTV. It appears from this little video that we've got an excerpt of that this jet was trying to pull up, but for whatever the reason is, it didn't take place. I think the key thing that we need to know right now is, did the pilot eject in time? If this crash is one that involves the Tejas, as I understand it is, then this would be the second loss of a Tejas fighter aircraft. There's only been one further loss of a Tejas fighter. That took place a couple of years back, and that was as a result of an engine failure which took place. You can see in the last few moments before the aircraft went down that there was an effort to pitch up, but by then it was too late. Now I do know that one of the maneuvers that the Tejas does pull at the Dubai Air Show, where it has been deployed, is a loop. That loop takes place very often in displays shortly after takeoff. It does rolls in the air, it proceeds onto a loop, it comes down. Let's go back to Shiv, who joins us at this stage as well. Shiv, go ahead with what you're hearing.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions yet, Vishnu, but this does look bad, doesn't it? The aircraft was coming in for a very low pass and then to pull up suddenly at extremely low altitude. It's a difficult maneuver, but one that pilots of the Tejas have mastered over the years. This is not the Tejas' first excursion to the Dubai Air Show. They've been there before, but something catastrophically wrong has clearly taken place. For the pilot not to have been able to pull up. Now, we don't have video footage at this particular moment before this last clip that we're looking at on our screens, Vishnu. So I'm not sure yet about ejection. I don't know what you're hearing. We're awaiting an official word from the Indian Air Force. But in this particular clip, one cannot. Okay, I'm going to ask our producers to only play the clip that is on our screen right now, only of the crash, because we can't see an ejection in this clip. Vishnu, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you able to discern any ejection activity in the video footage that's on our screen? I can't see an ejection or a parachute of any kind. Perhaps it happened earlier. I'm praying that's the case, but I can't see it here right now, Vishnu.
No, I can't either. And if you look at Angad Singh's tweet, and he's right over there in Dubai, he says that no ejection has taken place. This is extremely unfortunate news if indeed, it is accurate. The video, which I'm looking at also on my screen right now and what we are playing out, does appear to confirm the crash of a Tejas aircraft, number one. So let's just stick to what we know right now. Shiv, number one, it does appear to be a Tejas jet which has crashed at the Dubai Air Show. Number two, it's unclear at this stage whether there has been an ejection. It does appear that that may not be the case. We pray that that is the case if the pilot ejected earlier on. One can see in this video from the last few moments that the pilot has pitched the nose of the aircraft up. Unfortunately, that's not enough. It mushes into the ground over here, and there's that fiery explosion. The Dubai Air Show is one of the primary air shows where the Tejas has been performing over the last few days, along with India's aerobatic squadron, the Surya Kirans. The Tejas' displays over there have been very, very strong. For something like this to actually take place is absolutely horrific. As we understand right now, on the basis of what we are being told, very sadly, there does not appear to be an ejection which has taken place. Now, needless to mention, there's going to be a lot of information which comes in, the Indian Air Force informing us that they are looking into this, they are aware of these reports, and they will come back with more details. But from this particular angle, and whatever it is of the video that we see, there doesn't appear to be an ejection which has taken place, which would be horrific. The Tejas, this is a single-seater Tejas aircraft, which appears, which has gone down. Shiv.
This is very, very disheartening news, Vishnu, that Angad, our friend and journalist who captured that first image of the crash, has put out on his social media. He says he didn't see an ejection, or that there was no ejection, which would presumably mean that the pilot went down with the plane. I am still going to pray for some kind of an outside chance that he was able to get out before impact, but we have to believe what we're looking at and what eyewitnesses like Angad on the ground are telling us. In fact, our guest desk is trying to patch Angad through to us, Vishnu, for just a moment, and we're going to try and get a first-hand view from him, because he's right there. He's sitting there. He sent us these pictures and images. That's the reason why NDTV was able to report on it first. But this is absolutely horrifying. Now, for our viewers tuning in, and Vishnu, you'll bear me out on this, low altitude maneuvers of this kind are very much part of the display set that the Tejas engages in as part of the aerobatics display. So that in itself is not alarming, but the aircraft would have had to pull up a few centimeters as far as this video goes before it actually impacted the ground. You can hear those shouts of horror from the spectators because as soon as that aircraft disappears over the horizon, you see that huge plume of smoke and that fireball, confirming that the worst has happened and the aircraft has actually hit the ground. Like you rightly said, Vishnu, this is the second accident of the Tejas. It has otherwise enjoyed a stellar safety record right through development, testing and active service with the Indian Air Force. The last time it crashed, which was during an exercise in Rajasthan, the pilot did manage to eject safely before the aircraft crashed. It was an engine fault of some kind. This time we don't know yet. We don't want to speculate or conjecture, but a very, very troubling day. We're still awaiting an official confirmation from the Indian Air Force about the circumstances, about the condition of the pilot. I'm hoping against hope once again that by some miracle the pilot's been able to get out of the plane before he went down. But all indications, as you're bringing to us, Vishnu, right now, is that this has ended with a fatality, has ended in a tragedy. Very, very sad. We're waiting for categorical information, Vishnu.
No, absolutely. This is very, very sad news. I think the video on the left, which is earlier video from that same Dubai Air Show, sort of indicates the maneuver the aircraft may have been in. This is something, and I've been watching these displays on YouTube every single day for the last couple of days. The Tejas goes up, it goes vertically up soon after takeoff, it then gets into a roll, and then it comes out of the roll somewhere over there on the left-hand side of your screen. But evidently, if it's that phase of the flight, the aircraft pulls up very, very safely. There are safe limits built into all air displays. Over here, it just mushed into the ground. Moments before that, the aircraft, you can see the nose of the aircraft pitching up. Perhaps a last-ditch effort by the pilot to sort of come out of that. Now, was this engine failure? Was this something else? That's something we don't know. But there are always major safety precautions which are underway, which exist, rules at air shows. So there is a minimum altitude that you can operate in, and when you pull out of a loop, you have to be well above that minimum, or you have to stay on that minimum. So in this case, it obviously went way below that. The reasons we don't know.